The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Update on the AES Confederal Bank. We heard that AES has launched a Confederal Bank and we're all excited. There was a meeting on the 28th of January 2026 in Bamako, Board of Directors meeting, and they talked about three main things according to them. They listed regarding the bank's content and mission. 1. Capital base and funding. The bank has been established with a capital base of 500 billion CA franc, roughly 820 to 900 million US dollars. This capital, subscribed by the member states Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, is intended to provide sustainable financing for joint regional projects. They went ahead to talk about priority development sectors. The bank's primary content is to finance large-scale infrastructure and development, specifically officials listed road, agriculture, food sovereignty, energy generation, and cross-border connectivity as the priority sector for investment. They talked about governance and operationalization. The board emphasized the importance of transparency in governance and establishing effective management structure. A major outcome of the meeting was the call for accelerated operationalization, meaning the board is pushing to move the bank into its active phase so it can begin supporting the member states' development programs immediately.
A key step in the operationalization of the Confederation Bank for Investment and Development has been taken on this 28th of January in Bamako. The first meeting of the Board of Directors of the CDS opens its doors, showcasing its ambitions, namely to equip the AES with a financial arm, to guarantee its economic sovereignty and finance its strategic projects. A Lucini tour from Odin. Reporting, it was in an atmosphere marked by solemnity, and that the Minister of Economy and Finance, who also serves as chairman of the Board of Governors, opened the proceedings. His speech resonated as a call to historical responsibility. For the minister, the creation of the CDS addresses a triple urgency: ensuring the financial sovereignty of the AES space, mobilizing savings to finance infrastructure, strategic projects, and supporting development aligned with Sahelian realities. This meeting is a foundational moment in the life of our institution. It marks the decisive transition from the vision championed by the heads of state of the Confederation of Sahel states to its institutional and operational implementation in service of economic development, financial sovereignty, and integration of our states. The creation of the CDs fulfills a clear requirement, equipping the AES space with its own dedicated financial instrument, capable of mobilizing savings, directing financing toward productive sectors, strategic infrastructure, and structuring projects or programs, while taking into account our economic and social realities. Addressing the new board members directly, Minister Sano emphasized that the board of directors must serve as a central pillar of the institution. He demanded rigorous and transparent management, aligned with international best banking practices, while preserving the spirit of solidarity inherent to the Confederation. As the Board of Governors, we bear the responsibility of ensuring the bank's institutional stability, the robustness of its governance framework, the coherence of its strategic orientations, with the development objectives of the AES. The Board of Directors, whose work begins today, plays a central role in this regard. It is tasked with laying the foundations for rigorous, transparent, and efficient management, in line with established customs and practices, while remaining faithful to the spirit of solidarity. and cooperation that underpin the Confederation of Sahel states. The president of AES outlined the contours of this initial phase. Far from being a mere formal meeting, this first board addresses the very foundation of the bank. Today marks the first meeting of the board of directors, which will primarily focus on, among other items, reviewing key documents. In order to swiftly begin the operationalization of this institution, this will involve revisiting the organizational structure, revising the board's own rules of procedure, and establishing an operational timeline, so that in the near future, we can firmly establish the institution and also see the emergence, or at least the launch, of major Confederal projects. Mr. Biella was clear about the institution's ambition. Besides, will focus on high-impact transformative projects, particularly in the agricultural sector, to drive structural transformation of the economies of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger.
The bank is seen as a central pillar of the Confederal spirit aimed at achieving economic sovereignty and bypassing traditional regional frameworks like ECOWAS. There are people who are also asking about the money, like the AES currency. The last time there was a meeting between AES and then Russia, we heard them talk about the money being at the printing stage. For now, we still haven't seen the money yet, but it is at the printing stage. That was the last update that we received. And we are so excited, at least looking at the areas that they are focusing on. The agriculture sector is very important. Africa, we are depending so much on other people for our survival. But we have fertile land, we have everything. We don't see the reason to which we should be the ones who will be importing food from other people into Africa when we can actually do it ourselves. They have succeeded in making sure that Africa, we do not do anything for ourselves. Even the little things that we can do, we still can't do because that is how they have programmed us. And our leaders in the democratic elected, instead of them to focus so much in agriculture, they are rather thinking about English grammar. That's what matters to our leaders, how well you speak English. Yet, at the end of the day, we all go hungry. We need something to eat. So, these are leaders in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. They are doing a whole lot of things for us. They are looking at roads. We know how bad the road network in Africa is. Not that we can do, but because these people gave us leaders, the politicians, who will come and do nothing. Constructing a road from maybe, let's say, 1-2 kilometers of road. If you hear the amount of money these people will mention, your heart will pain you. Your heart will pain you. So, politicians come, they know what they are supposed to do when they are in opposition, but the moment they get a chance, they don't do anything. And we are seeing how bad our road network is, especially those who are in the rural areas who farm and then have to transport the food to the urban centers. You look at the road leading to that place and someone will say, you yourself, you feel so bad. We are looking at energy generation. Very important. Energy generation. We need energy in everything that we are doing. And we are looking at cross-border connectivity. At least we should be able to do that. Connect ourselves. Like, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. AES, they're actually doing a whole lot. And all that we see these democratic elected sit in their parliament houses to do, they are doing times 10. And right now they are doing it so that it will be more than what ECOWAS. You see how ECOWAS sit there and do the talking. Yes, ECOWAS always talk. ECOWAS will always solve their problems in speech and they will do nothing else. After that meeting, that ends it. These are the same people who always sit there and say they can do it, yet they are doing it, proving them wrong. And instead of ECOWAS to change its approach, move away from, like Mother Bio said, protecting the borders to protecting the human beings. They will still sit there and do the talking. After all, you know they have to serve somebody, and not you, the African. They have to serve the borders, you understand? They have to protect the borders and not us. So we'll keep following to see when finally we'll see the AES currency all over Africa and in the world. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world, in Africa, West Africa, and in AES.